this is going to be the first video in the stick tricks tutorial series. If you haven't watched the introduction video for this series, there's a lot of important information in that video regarding a bunch of different questions that you guys might have. So if you do have a question anywhere throughout this video, watch the introduction video first, and maybe that'll kind of clear things up, and then feel free to post a comment here if you have any questions. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start with flips. I like flips because they're a little bit challenging to learn at the beginning, but they're not really complicated once you get the hang of them. So you can, once you get over that first kind of learning hump, if you will, you can actually learn a bunch of different flips in a very quick time frame. So that's why we're going to start with flips. I also think they look the coolest. I do think twirls are cool, but I think that you can do more with flips as regarding to, you know, actually playing. I think that flips look cooler. So before we get into the later parts of the video with the fancy, you know, tosses and stuff like this, you have to be able to do your basic half toss and full toss. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab just our right stick for now, put the left one down, and we're going to practice the right toss. Now this is a half toss. You'll notice that the black and the white are only moving one step. So the white's in the front, now the black's in front, now the white's in front, just like that. From the side, that's what it looks like. And right now we're just kind of using our fingers to kind of flick it a little bit like that, maybe using our little pinky muscles, maybe kind of just wobbling it with the thumb, and it's just a little flick. What you don't want to do is move your arm. You don't want to do that, you know, you don't want to move it with your arm. You want to try to keep your arm steady and just use your fingers to flip the stick. So again, don't use your arm like that. That's not what you want. You want to just move it with the tips of your fingers. This will give you the most amount of control. Another thing you don't want to do is throw the stick really high in the air. Throwing the stick higher in the air, it's harder to control the number of times it spins. So for this very beginning part where we're just doing the half flip, you're going to want to focus on keeping the stick very close to your body. As you can see, my stick is barely going into the air. It's not, you know, that. The stick's not going super high. It's just really small and controlled. And again, it's just a really rotation of the fingers. On the left hand, what we're going to do is we're going to do the traditional grip one. If you're going to play match grip, just do everything the same way. So for traditional grip, we're going to take the wrist, and we're going to take the wrist, and we're going to flick it outwards like this. So the tip, which right now is white, is going to go that direction, like that. And what it is a little combination of the wrist flick backwards and the wrist flick forwards. Because if you take the stick and you flip it backwards, it's just going to fly off. So you have to shift your wrist forward, flick it, and then pull back. So you'll notice the wrist kind of doing this motion. The wrist comes forward, flicks the stick backwards, and then comes back and grabs it like that. And you're basically just letting go of the stick as you kind of move it upwards with your arm a little bit and give it the little flick. So the flick, or the spinning motion, comes from the turn of the wrist backwards, away from your body, and the stick actually comes up in the air by moving your arm up in the air a little bit. Looks like that. Okay? And that's actually a full flip. If you want to do a half flip, you just do it halfway. Now, what we're going to be doing right now is we're going to be doing what I call vertical tosses, which means the stick is going to move like this, not like this. Okay, so don't do something like this. That's not what we're going for. That's actually harder than the vertical toss. The horizontal toss is harder. So you want to do the vertical toss first. Get the stick to move up and down like that, and not side to side, or like that. Okay? So once you get the half toss in both hands, try doing a full toss in both hands. Now again, this is really basic, but this is very, very important. This is crucial to understanding the tosses later on in the video. You can't do all this kind of stuff until you get the basics down, which in this case is the half toss and the full toss, like so. You can also think of it as a 180-degree toss and a 360-degree toss. 360 or a 180, like that. Okay, so that's the end of this video. I know it's a little bit basic, as far as the basic tosses go, but just make sure that you're doing everything perfectly. Make sure that you're not only controlling the stick, but you're able to move it with ease. That's another thing, is if you're having problems with just doing a light juggle like this, you're going to have more problems once we do this kind of stuff. So make sure you get your basics down, and I'll see you in video number 2, where you're going to learn your very first juggle or stick toss. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, post a comment below, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.